I really do feel like this episode vaulted the show into a different stratosphere, which is crazy to say because we were already there.
Heated Rivalry, Episode 5, I'll Believe in Anything. This is the highest rated television episode of 2025 on IMDb. It is the second highest rated television episode of all time behind Ozymandias, and it fucking deserved it. This episode wrecked me. It wrecked my girlfriend. It wrecked every person I've ever known, whether or not they'd seen it. Regardless of seeing it, this episode fucked you up.
I'll say it didn't fuck me up, but it was a spectacular episode of television.
You have no
spectacular
heart.
episode
Your
of
heart
television.
is ice cold.
I had chills all over the fucking place. I've rewatched the last 15 minutes 4 times.
So like the last 15 minutes, I'm not the target demographic because like I don't love fantasy type stuff. And the last scene was very a stark reminder that this is a very fantastical thing at points.
Yeah, loved 2 beautiful men falling in love. That's just make-believe fantasy stuff, according to fucking Donald Blackburn over here.
And it's just like the calling down from the ice to the crowd is like very, very fantastical.
We'll get into the logistics of that, but it was giving big-time Jim Craig. Where's my father? Like, that happened.
I loved it.
And then he kissed his dad.
There were so many scenes in this episode that were just unbelievable. And like you could have a fantasy draft of the best scenes
or derogatory?
in this.
Okay, endearing.
There were incredible scenes in this episode. So many of them, start to finish. So,
I think Ilya speaking in Russian, like venting to Shane in Russian, like that's why I said your heart's ice cold, because if you didn't feel something during that scene, I don't know what to tell you. Or the scene with his brother.
I was more saying just like the ending of it and seeing like a lot of the reactions to it. Like I didn't go that nuts. Like my girlfriend also or my wife.
Wow.
Apologies.
You should. Yeah, he also watched it with
demoted.
his wife.
My wife was a wreck. So like I know that I'm an outlier here in terms of like not being totally wrecked by the ending.
And wasn't
maybe
it
I'm just
spoiled for your wife
cold-hearted.
too?
It was spoiled for my wife, and she still was an absolute puddle by the end.
Did anybody get this episode spoiler free? Because I saw that I was not going to be able to be on social media. I knew that things were happening on the ice, and I deduced one thing, which was this contains spoilers. The injury, which we'll get to that fucking idiot in a while.
I did not have spoiled for me.
Okay, so I
had that spoiled for me. That was the only thing that was spoiled.
That I didn't see, but I was like, I just saw like stuff that made me think, okay, there's probably an injury or something like that. I did not have the end spoiled, and
I had spoiled.
I did know how much time was left in the episode, so I did not think they'd be able to squeeze that in. Yeah. And like once you get the like, it's happening. Oh my God, this is happening. And it just builds up and builds up. We'll like go beat by beat through the ending later. But like when you think it's hit the apex, it fucking hasn't.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And I'm so glad I did not have that spoiled. You didn't have that spoiled, or you did?
I had the kiss spoiled for me. But it still hit for me. Like that scene still rocked. But other than that, I didn't have the injury spoiled or anything like that. But it really did not, similar to Pete's girlfriend/wife, did not matter. It still hit me.
It was. I really do feel like this episode vaulted the show into a different stratosphere, which is crazy to say because we were already there. But I feel like it was us in like the hockey world and the Heated Rivalry people who were like so locked into the show and loving it. And now over the past week or so, especially over the past several days, it has further escaped containment. And now like, I feel like everybody is talking about this show. And I went to a Christmas party over the weekend and people were asking us about it. Like, have you watched this? And we were like, yeah. And it's just, I feel like everybody is either watching it or asking about it. And it is the biggest show in the world right now.
I mean, Win has, and I know it's not really the hockey, but like this is some of like the most culturally relevant hockey or something hockey adjacent has been in a long time. Four Nations is obviously like up there, but like
Four Nations was contained within the hockey world until it wasn't.
Yeah,
and even then, it was it did not generate
I don't know how many fans it brought.
prolonged buzz.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's crazy where we are. And not only in terms of like it being popular, but in terms of it being an unbelievable TV show, because episode 5 was like the ratings don't lie. And you said that you were worried that it was maybe being overhyped when you were going into it. I thought I heard you say that.
Yeah, I just like people were talking about it like it was one of the greatest episodes of television ever. And I'm like, all right, well, I've seen the Bear Thanksgiving episode. So like easy.
And we were talking about episode 3 because we loved it so much, but it was not universally beloved, and like I think that it was kind of polarizing.
I hope Jacob Tierney, I know he's too nice a guy to do this, but I hope he is laughing in the fucking faces of everyone who complained about that episode after episode 5.
I feel like people weren't complaining about the episode as much as they were complaining like the conversation.
They were complaining that people liked the episode.
I think that there was like a forced sort of like choose your side, and I think a lot of people perceived us loving episode 3 as picking Skip over Hollander. And that just wasn't what we were doing. I just really loved episode 3, but I mean, episode 5 smokes it. Episode 5 is the best episode to date, and it's not even close.
I mean, the 2 best episodes of television I've seen this year were both Heated Rivalry, episode 5 and episode 3.
I would say probably, yeah.
Incredible. If you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe. We love you. This episode opens with this fucking podcast, Man in the Crease, shitting on Scott Hunter. If I hear these motherfuckers one more time on some anti-Scott Hunter bullshit, which we've talked in this very episode about players who aren't doing well, and we show you how it's fucking done because we're good podcasters and we're good people, which is to say this player is struggling. They're going to turn around at some point. Instead, Man in the Crease opens up there like, playoff time for that fucking loser Scott Hunter to lose again. Go away.
It's like he's playing well right now, but he's going to shit his pants and shit the bed like he always does. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they said that like he's going to fall off halfway through the season like he always does. This is the captain of the U.S. national team. Like, I don't think you get that if you put in half seasons for your entire career.
They're talking about like his body crashing and burning, and it's like, hey, do you see that motherfucker sprinting up and down the street? He's doing smooth juice.
Is he going up and down the street? Because that man, I am putting him on not moving a lot of distance watch. He is putting in a lot of work with the arms and legs, and he is probably
he's not efficient.
He is moving maybe 3 feet a minute.
I think he's manipulating his steps on like his aura ring or something.
I think that, I don't know if his sneakers are a little slippy, but like it's just like a lot of.
It's like a bike in high gear or low gear where you're just like you're pedaling, you're not really going anywhere.
I will say like there has not been a ton of, like whenever there's a sports show. And you are hiring actors to play the athletes, there's times where you get exposed and you're like, oh, damn, like, that doesn't look rough. I feel like the show has escaped that for a large portion, maybe because there's like 4% hockey.
Yeah, there's a lot more hockey in this episode.
This one, I would say there are a couple of moments where you're like, damn, I don't know if these are real athletes.
But it's only from running.
No,
the on the ice stuff. I mean, no.
We'll get to the on the ice stuff, but
I mean, my issue with the on the ice stuff is on one of the players and an official who, like, such a fucking
do your job.
No, I'll talk about it now. Like when they're taking that face off, and they're just fucking like breaking each other's sticks, tapping, just being like, "I like you," blah blah blah. Like in hockey, if you're doing that, getting a little too aggressive, the ref will they'll toss somebody out of the circle.
There was a little bit of hiding in plain sight here in this episode. Like the All-Star game, kissing the helmet, lingering, looking in each other's eyes for like 13 seconds after scoring a goal. I feel like that would have maybe been like...
The All-Star game celebration, I was just like, where's the other winger at least? There's got to be a third
Anybody
guy
else
here.
want to
Like
get in on this?
Nobody's going to sell. I get that it was just like, there was no secondary assist on this goal, so fine, but... Where's the teammate?
The face-off was like the officials got to do their job at some point.
No. I think the official was like, but I'm calling it. These two boys gay. Do your thing.
Have fun.
It's crazy. And then the Shane looking back.
No. That's coming up. Let's go through the episode. We have Man in the Crease doing some bullshit. Rose mercifully dumps Shane for not being straight, and in this conversation, he tells her that he is gay, which is funny because during this part of this part of the episode, I said to my girlfriend, I was like, "Wow," I was like, confirmation. He's not bi.
Yeah,
he's gay. This whole episode is like, if you thought that he was possibly bi, you are such a fucking loser because you eventually...
He was having sex with a woman.
Okay, I wanted to bring that up.
Trying?
Trying,
Well,
yes.
but they made it seem like he finished in the first one because that was kind of... Or in the last episode because that was kind of the thing, is that him and Ilya were coming at the same time.
But, so, I didn't clock this when it happened, and a lot of people who watched our last reaction video did tell us he was imagining Ilya. So that scene of Ilya in the shower was Shane thinking about him while having sex with Rose so that he could get off.
Well, yeah, but then the opening of this episode was like, sorry about last night.
Well,
but
yeah.
I guess it's not the same.
It's not the same time.
Yeah, that I thought, that confused me at first.
So, yes, in the chat, of course, I'm sorry. Rose tells Shane that he's gay, but not in a like dragging him out of the closet kind of way.
Oh, no.
I mean, I think that she was a fucking legend
Rose
for
is
that
a
whole
champ.
thing.
Yeah.
And she, by the way, later in the episode tells him when they're on the phone, she says like, "Okay, love you." And I'm like, damn, everyone's telling Shane.
When I don't believe that Rose would ever put Shane in a tough situation. But I did think in that later scene when she has him on speakerphone while getting her makeup put on, I was like, does this makeup artist know what's going on?
She plays it way too fast and loose. She has him on speakerphone when she's talking to him, and she says, "Hey, tell your parents we broke up because I'm gay, not you."
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
how you, Shane Hollander from the Montreal Metros, you're gay. He's gay.
There's no one else in the room. You're not on speaker.
I will say, I feel like makeup artists in Hollywood have probably heard some crazy.
I agree with that.
I think that there was some implied knowledge that this woman was aware of the situation and it was a safe situation.
Yeah.
But you forced the viewer to wonder in that moment.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
Okay, so lots around the All-Star game. They play together. They have a blast. Yes, Ilya kisses Shane on the ice in celebration, and they have the hotel room conversation.
Before I want to talk. The bar scene was like the first time that we got to see them sort of comfortable in public, which was very
comfortable
cool.
is relative.
I mean, like I feel like they were both.
I would say
pretty
by their
comfortable there.
standards. Yeah.
You still had like arms on the table like this from Shane, but
Well,
I think
Shane's
that's
an
just
awkward-
always
yeah,
Shane.
that's just Shane.
And I think that like there has to be like a self-imposed self-restraint because
Yeah.
they love each other so much.
And like,
But-
I feel like it would be a little bit of an awkward situation. Like at least kind of implied the last time that they had really been close to each other was Shane bailing on Ilya at Ilya's apartment.
But what I mean is that this was the first time that they were kind of allowed to be friendly in a public space because they were teammates at the All-Star game. First opportunity for that. We also got to see Shane drink a beer.
Yes.
Beer grade
Corona extra.
A-.
No lime.
Corona, no lime? Fucking psycho.
I know
Gross.
what that was about. Yeah, that was weird.
I liked the pool scene after because that's kind of where they weren't yet there because they didn't even hook up yet at that point, I believe. They just saw each other at the bar, then they're at the pool. And that was the first time I feel like in the show they could both kind of be like, that's my man. You know?
Yeah.
Like Shane looking at Ilya playing with the kids and everything, being like, oh, him. Lovely stuff.
I hired a stylist comment and the reaction from Ilya put the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
That was awesome.
And it seems like Shane, like shout out to character development. It seems like Shane is becoming a lot more like outgoing and comfortable with himself. And maybe part of that is like he has accepted the fact that he's gay.
I think Rose has done. I think like kind of the like the fashion thing is a little bit of like a, I don't want to say allegory, but like Rose brought that out of him in the same way that she's kind of brought out like the comfort in his sexuality and stuff like that. What was I gonna say? Oh, the thing that I found interesting about the pool thing was like that seems like a pretty massive development for who Ilya is as like a public person, because like the whole thing with Ilya is like even if he's kind of putting on, he's an asshole. He's not like a very friendly person. Here he is like playing with a bunch of kids in public, which is like not to say that like you can't be an asshole and also be nice to kids or whatever, but it did seem like kind of like a pretty big like it was in contrast with the rest of who he had been in public prior to that point.
Yeah, he's got a soft side. I mean, we know that for sure based off of the scene with the kids and the hospital scene later in the episode.
And even the scene with his brother later on.
Softy.
The hotel room scene is incredible for a lot of reasons, but it also highlighted two things that kind of ran constant throughout the episode. It's a huge episode for Ilya being a charming asshole. Him reacting to Shane telling him he's gay with like,
what gave it away?
oh yeah, what makes you think that? And then of course the texts about Scott Hunter later. And it's also a huge episode. We call him our sweet boy. For Shane being our sweet boy, endearing and derogatory, that boy is so stupid. He is a stupid guy. I'm talking about this exchange. I could never go home, says Ilya, because of your family. Shane, we've already been through this before at the Olympics. This has happened a couple of times now. Russia, not so psyched about the gay thing. You gotta fucking know this, buddy. Pay attention. Your lover is a Russian gay guy, so this is kind of relevant information to know. I also have to say, huge ups. Second time I've called this out because it's happened a few times throughout the series. This show and Rachel Reid and Jacob Tierney have been so good about Russia's relationship with LGBTQ plus everything, because obviously, if you don't know, it's not so great over there. There's same-sex marriage is illegal. There's obviously hate violence against gay people. The Russian Supreme Court declared, quote, the international LGBTQ plus movement a, quote, extremist organization and banned any such activities. So that basically means if they decide that you're like part of that movement, which is like doing some pro-gay shit, then you can be thrown in jail for 10 years as an organizer or 6 years as a participant.
And that's come up in the NHL circles in the past couple of years because of the pride jerseys that teams used to wear on pride nights. And there were certain Russian players who, not all Russian players, but several Russian players who opted out of doing so for fear of like their families back home.
What's that?
I said Ilya Labushkin was the one that I can think of that he specifically said he was like, I'm afraid for my family.
Provorov did too. And Provorov was like, it's in Russia, it's not great.
And I think it was a tough thing to kind of straddle when it would happen at the time, because a lot of hockey fans understandably were so mad about it. And we were mad about it too, but they called those players bigots. And I was like, I don't like, they're doing the wrong thing, obviously. And I think they know they're doing the wrong thing, but like, this is not as
cut and dry, black and white,
and easy. Like, it's some like scary shit. So watching a queer show, having a Russian gay player be like, fuck buddy, like this isn't as, fuck comma buddy, this isn't as easy for me as it is for you, which is why I thought it was so interesting and why I thought that Ilya was like such a fucking baller that in the beginning of the show, he was the one who like kind of didn't give a fuck. But then once it becomes a thing of like, oh, actually publicly having a life with you, I like my family wouldn't be safe. So like shout out to like, that's a fucking difficult topic. And Tierney and Rachel Reid, my fucking hats off. What can't you do? Amazing. Now Ilya's dad dies and Shane knows that Ilya is not hurt or sick. So stop fucking asking about it, Hayden.
Yes.
I fucking loved that. He was so protective of his guy and also so bad at hiding that he was in a gay relationship
They're
with this guy.
so bad at hiding this. It's crazy.
Like, I mean, yeah. We'll get to.
He's like, no. I just talked to him. He is not hurt or sick. Oh wait, I mean, what? Does anybody know any details?
Yes. Like Spike, everybody, because we have 1,500 people in the chat right now. Amazing. We love you all so good.
Chad is correcting you that Ilya is bi.
Oh, right. I apologize. This all builds up to a showdown between Montreal and Boston. No one... Oh, wait, no. I gotta say before that. We have Ilya back in Russia, and he has his dad's funeral, and then he has this big scene with his brother, which, like...
That scene rocked.
Unbelievable. And there's a lot of like Connor's story love going around. And to that, I want to say there's not enough of it. This guy's He's unbelievable. Yeah. So good. Forget that. If there weren't an accent involved in this, I would still be like, this is an incredible performance.
He's just like otherworldly in terms of how good he is at playing that character.
I mean, I just think he's a really good actor.
Very, very good actor. It's so jarring to see like him doing press tour stuff. I like kind of can't watch it because it's so, I don't want it to take me out of the character.
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've like avoided all of the media stuff, but I have seen clips and been like, how are you not Russian? It's crazy.
Are you sure, dude?
Yeah. The brother is such a fucking asshole.
I think that's an oversimplification of that character.
I don't know.
Because I think he is an asshole. He's a cop. He consistently uses the worst gay slur. But I think in terms of like their interaction in this scene and his problem with Ilya, I think is a completely understandable and like very human like.
It does happen with families.
Especially like in that context, like having to take care of your sick father and watch him day to day, like wither away. Like I understand why there would be legitimate, especially after like you were more or less like the ugly stepchild. Like Ilya was clearly the dad's favorite, as Ilya kind of explained in Russian later on. Like I understand.
Yeah, he's the dad's favorite because the other one's a fucking dickhead.
I think he's dad's favorite because Ilya's a fucking hockey star. And that probably led to like the brother not getting the attention, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end being like, he's the one that has to deal with like actually watching his dad wither away. I understand why because like even Ilya said, like, he's never going to forgive me for not being there. And I understand that. Like, I think that's a very human, just a very human reaction to that whole situation.
Do you think that eventually they'll reconcile?
No.
Probably not. I feel like if things keep trending the way that they're trending, it's going to become an even more complicated relationship.
Time to leave Russia behind.
I don't think, I think he is, as somebody pointed out in the chat, for different reasons. I think he's in like Nikita Zadorov situation. I'm not going back there.
Yeah, so should note, by the way, there are Russian players who have not, I don't want to say gladly, but have been like, you want to stand for all this shit? I don't stand for it, so I don't stand for you guys anymore. Peace. That's an oversimplification, but Nikita Zadorov from the Bruins has not been afraid to make enemies. So then we get the phone call, and obviously the monologue from Ilya is amazing, but I just want to give a little shout out to Shane for how fucking cute it was to suggest, maybe you can just tell me it all in Russian. That's a fucking partner.
Did the thought cross anybody else's mind that like Shane knows Russian?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's
my mind.
Because in the last,
and, like, he's autistic. Like, he loves this guy. I bet that like
he's always reading books.
I don't think it's right. No, like he reading books earlier in the episode in bed. Like, it would not stun me to find out that like he was just secretly learning Russian.
And in the last episode, which was years prior, there's the moment where Ilya answers the phone and his dad says, how's dad or where's dad in Russian? And then he comes back and he said, how's your father? And he says, oh, you speak Russian now? And he's like, no, I know the word for father. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that's a little bit of a delay in the groundwork for him learning Russian. Because, that's, of course Shane would learn fucking Russian.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Or at least enough Russian.
Well, that scene, I mean, you finally get one of them saying, I love you. And I love that it's Ilya. And yeah, it's under a cloak of invisibility. But Ilya admitting it to himself was like the biggest hurdle, because we already got Shane has at least come out to himself, has come out to somebody else. Ilya is the one that's just been so like footloose and fancy free this whole time that he just don't give a fuck.
And doing it in Russia, of all places.
Yeah.
Saying it in Russian, of
Wrong
all
person's
things.
around the
Yeah,
corner.
right. That's a good point because he was just like the last time he was in Russia, he was like, "Don't even look at me."
Yeah, right.
And now he's like, "I'm going to." I guess there's no way to really know who's
I was going to
on
say,
the other end of the phone, but
I'd be talking to a woman.
yeah.
So this all builds up to the Montreal-Boston game, and we don't do hit chat on this show. We find that it's boring. And in hockey, a lot of times people want to discuss hits and whether hits were clean, whether they were fair, whether they were whatever. They slow down the video, and it takes a long time, and it's all stupid, and I find it very uninteresting. However, we need to break our rule to discuss the injury that Shane suffers in this game against Boston. Shane skates through the neutral zone with the puck and turns his head to look at his beautiful boy, Ilya. He looks backwards while skating with the puck. When you have the puck, if you don't know in hockey, when you have the puck, you are fair game. People can not do whatever they want to you, but they can certainly land a big open ice hit on you.
Yeah.
And the neutral zone is where you need to be the most careful because often it's where both sides are coming with speed. So if you have the puck, it is imperative you never turn your head to look behind you. This is something that has never been done once in the history of hockey because it is the most dangerous thing in the world. Sometimes a player might, and this happens at younger levels, you turn your head back to catch a pass, and that's dangerous because the second you catch it, you get lit up. We have the video of Shane getting hit. Do we, Sean? Could you play this? And keep our mics up. Here's Shane. He has the puck. He looks back at Ilya.
He's on the verge of a zone entry.
Yeah, I mean,
like
gets absolutely fucking flattened, which first I'll say he's out for the playoffs.
oh my God.
He's out for the playoffs, and the injury was what? A concussion and a fractured collarbone. So obviously you don't root for anyone to get injured, but
He got lucky.
Marlo,
That's what he said.
you like fucking laid the wood, my friend.
I mean, not super hard. He just stopped skating, looked behind him, was ripe for the taking right there.
All right.
And like, not only back to the hiding in plain sight thing. Not only is he looking behind him to catch a glance, he has the biggest smile
goofiest
on
grin
his
ever.
face. Brother, this is not the All-Star game anymore. You got to play.
They can hit at that price point.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that was like by far the worst the hockey has been in this show.
So I don't blame the show. I blame the Shane. All right. And if I were the general manager of the Montreal Metros, as glad as I am to have Asian representation on my team, I am saying, Shane, let's get you the best care. Let's get you healed up. Let's get you right. Like your mom said, stay off those screens while you're recovering from a concussion.
Yep.
And as soon as you are back and proving that you are healthy, thank you for your service. I am trading you.
Oh my
I am
goodness.
not employing that player on my team.
I mean, it's one mistake, but
The
it
best
is
ability-
it is the worst mistake you could possibly make. There is clearly a not locked in factor, and you got to address it.
I don't care about locked in, not locked in, although I do care about locked in.
It seems like you care a lot.
The best ability is availability. And I said this before when I was complaining about Tristan Jarry. If you get injured, that's something worth taking into consideration. If you get yourself injured, we've got a problem.
I mean, not only did he get himself injured, he got himself injured in the neutral zone while doing the cartoon Awooga eyes, looking behind him. Like,
I would like to see you explain in French to the Montreal fans why you traded away the 2-time cup-winning captain because he got hurt one time.
I would say we're worried about the long-term viability of this player.
After for all we know, this is the first time he's ever been injured, and it was off of a pretty hard hit. I get that the hit ultimately was his fault, but I just think you're gonna have a tough time selling the fan base on trading away your 2-time cup winning.
Now
captain.
we
glad
got
it was a clean hit.
Yes,
It
it
was
was
a clean hit, not suspendable. There will be no hearing. Brother, not only keep your head up, look in the right direction when doing a zone
Never know when
entry.
Brian Campbell might be coming.
Unbelievable. Look in the right direction.
Didn't have his head down. Even.
I need all.
his head being down, he would have been able to see skates.
I would have liked, as a hockey fan, I would have at least liked Ilya to be in his peripherals.
If you are one of the many new hockey fans, I need you to go look up. Just go to YouTube and type in Brian Campbell hit. See what happens, because that shit does happen in hockey. I mean, not as much anymore, but
I was watching. Every game I watched this weekend, I was like, I need to tell our new hockey fans, put on a hockey game and just watch how fast they are. Just watch how fast it is. And imagine doing that. Imagine turning away from someone skating at you who is allowed to hit you and has to hit you.
Yeah.
If that guy does not hit him, he's doing a bad job.
Yeah, I mean, I always say when somebody asks, like, where do I sit if I get, like, what are the best seats for a hockey game? And I always say, you should experience at least one game in the lower bowl as close as you can to the ice to see how fast the game is.
yeah.
But I prefer being up higher to get a better view of the ice. If you sit in the first row to watch, or like any of the first few rows of a hockey game and see how fast they go, just imagine a guy turning around, giving the old hard eyes, gliding through the neutral zone. Brother, you are dead.
Dancing in traffic.
You are dead.
Shane, I love you. I got to trade you.
I love that the Torts would banish him to Siberia. I can't even imagine John Tortorella trying to coach Shane Hollander.
Oh my God.
Tough stuff.
I would have liked to have heard from Man in the Crease.
Yeah, after that,
I mean, they're too busy going after Scott Hunter for no fucking reason.
Now I got to note, we're going to do some check-ins on like how realistic is this to hockey. After that hit from Marleau, let's check in on our guy Hayden. Hayden says, Marleau, you motherfucker, throws down his gloves and attacks Marleau. Marleau has to fight Hayden, even though he did nothing wrong. Does this happen in hockey? Yes, it absolutely
Sure does.
It's one of my favorite things about hockey. I'm not big into fighting in hockey, but I love that you have to answer for something, even if you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
You just have to answer for it.
I mean, especially when you're...
My guy got hurt, you got to
Especially when
answer.
you murder the captain. Regardless of where he's looking, if the captain gets absolutely blown to smithereens like that, there's going to be a fight.
Okay, people are
Unless
confused.
they were the Sabres from like a year ago.
People are confused. They're saying I'm trading Shane after one mistake. It's not that I'm trading him after one mistake. It's that I'm projecting. I'm saying this is a player that I know cannot be trusted to skate through the neutral zone without getting his collarbone set aflame.
You're going to get fucking fleeced in that trade.
Oh, I'm getting.
Enjoy Alex Tuck and Peyton Krebs.
Well, no, I'm sending him to San Francisco. I'm sending him out of the conference.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, exactly. Enjoy.
San Francisco, by the way, we need to note, is in the Cup final
They made
every
the
year.
Cup final, yeah.
They're always in the Cup final. They lose.
And there's a
they lost to
Marleau.
Boston. Yeah,
I know,
there's a
different team,
Marleau
but-
on their team too.
No, there's another Marleau? Because this Marleau was Boston.
Boston has a Marleau, and then when New York was wrapping up their Cup victory, the broadcaster says Marleau will hold it behind the net and the blah blah blah. So there's multiple Marleaus.
Huh.
I don't think that this game would have been post deadline, right? It was
Yeah.
like late April.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he missed the playoffs
Yeah.
based off of that injury. So yeah.
Okay. What else do we? What?
San Francisco and Buffalo Bills watch. Tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah.
All
So-
they do is lose championships.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
So then we have the Rose call, and we've discussed that. Speakerphone, way too blasé about the situation. Just gabbing to her gay ex-boyfriend about how gay he is on speakerphone. Her closeted gay ex-boyfriend on speakerphone. Shane and Jane Shane, aka Jane, texts Ilya, and need to note they both end texts with periods, which I think is
Psychotic.
fine. Nope, fine for Ilya. Weird for Shane.
No, I mean,
I would go the other way.
if we're going true to the source material or it's true to like real life, Ilya should be ending his sentences with a end parentheses. That's the very Russian thing.
Oh, really?
They do the end parentheses instead of an exclamation point.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
I didn't know that. But yeah, I would say Shane definitely gives me much more proper punctuation vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under any circumstance. Like he's
Definitely.
even in Texas, he's going to be. Ilya might do like the space, like end sentence space period.
Oh,
Such a
Horrible. Yes,
visceral reaction.
chat, I have like 30 pages of notes. We will hit the hospital scene. Sorry, I went out of order there. The hospital scene is incredible. We get high Shane, and, you know, acting high or acting druggy is always kind of hit or miss. Fucking
He nailed it.
Adorable. Absolutely nailed it. Best part of that scene by far is when the doctor comes in and he goes, "Oh no." It's like, I just wanted to be gay. Doctor's here.
Yeah, I think that Shane was discovering that being gay on drugs is better than being gay sober.
I mean, being a lot of things on drugs can feel better.
That was definitely the first time Shane has ever been on drugs.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taken anything
Yeah, 'cause,
before.
I mean, as far as I know, he hasn't been injured before either. So
Yeah.
That was a very tense scene in that I was like, got one person visiting him in the hospital, and it's his arch nemesis who he was oogling in the neutral zone.
Yes.
Like, if one person finds out what's going on here, this whole thing is blown.
If this happened in real life, like the way people would go back and like overanalyze all of their interactions, it would have been like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
It was right there.
We're hiding in plain sight. How did we not see this coming?
Yeah.
People, chat, calm down on Popper's talk. And chat has also noted that Hudson Williams played high Shane so well because he just did Hudson Williams. I have watched their press tour. Yes, that was a lot more Hudson Williams than it was Shane Hollander. Incredible scene, though. Good back and forth. Another just like Connor story. Fucking killed it. The get well soon, Hollander. When the doctor comes in, like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
I'm very into the shifting back and forth on the name thing when it applies to the context of the conversation.
Yeah.
Like even the hotel scene when they were like, before they had that breakthrough in terms of bringing their walls down, like they were calling each other by the last name. And then when they said goodbye, they were talking first names.
Oh, the hospital scene. I almost forgot this. The details. Did you notice when, and I've seen other people talk about this, but did you notice that when Ilya walked in, Shane's heart rate like goes through the roof, and then it comes back down
81?
to 81.
Yes.
Ilya Rozanov's number.
Yes.
I did not.
Jacob Tierney's a fucking god.
I mean, this is some Taylor Swift shit, but I did not see that. Good for you.
Jacob Tierney's a fucking freak in a good way.
Yeah. So fucking good.
Also, another super bottom forward logo for San Francisco. I don't know if you caught that. It's basically like Montreal, except it's got like wings on the outside, but it is a bottom logo.
It is somebody bent over saying, "Give me that."
Hello.
Yeah.
Saying
Bad colors though.
Yeah.
Like brown, and it's very but it's very Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs coated.
Gross.
Okay. So the playoffs are played, and Ilya and the Raiders are eliminated. I need to note that 1 week, Ilya loses. They're texting, and it then goes to 1 week later, and it's the Admirals winning the cup.
Smallest time jump of all time.
So that's a very
In the
small
show's
time
history, at
jump
least.
for the show, and
Or it's
also
sweep.
MLH. Are they doing shorter series or sweep?
Also,
It'd have to be a
if we want to get hockey accurate, why has there been no LHM for the Montreal?
Ooh.
Oh.
It should be Ligue de Hockey
good,
Major,
Sean.
or however you say major in French.
Very
I've
good.
just noticed that, yeah.
So in the when they're texting, by the way, it's more of Ilya being a charming asshole. He says Scott Hunter is 100,000 years old. 100 space 3 zeros years old. And I don't like people going after Scott Hunter. I hate Man in the Crease. But Ilya saying Scott Hunter is old, good. Love that. And then we get to the end, which is just so incredible. Scott Hunter and the Admirals win, and then you see that the Kip is in the building. The cup is in the building, they say, when a team is going to win the Stanley Cup. But here the Kip is in the building. The Kip is in the building. The Elena's in the building. And the Kip's dad is in the building.
Can we get Kip just like a pro shop visit or something. I mean,
he wasn't looking raggedy, but like,
no, like he looked nice, but like you're at a potential clinching game.
Yeah, but I think he's trying to be a little low key, and that's the only kind of problem I had with this. And I get that the focus of the show is really the Shane and Ilya relationship, but like, what happened? Like, what is the state of their relationship at that point? Because the last time we had seen them,
2.5 years, I believe,
and the last time we had seen them was Scott being like, I can't go into this birthday party, basically.
Yeah.
And so like,
still leaving tickets apparently.
Still leaving tickets. Like, does the dad know at this point? Like,
clearly not.
I just had a lot of questions about kind of where the relationship was at that point. Again, that's not the point, but. And you only got so much time, but I would have liked a little more.
Oh, someone said, "What if he had a WAG jacket?" Fuck yeah!
That's why
I feel like the conversation that he was having with his was it Elena?
Yep.
He was having with Elena, and like she was saying like I'm sorry, or like like her suggesting that he would be upset would like said to me that they're kind of estranged, even though he's there.
Yeah,
maybe it's a wrong
that or like
assumption,
but they're still doing the thing that she warned Scott about originally, like kind of keeping him in the shadows. Like
that was
my 2
guess.
years later, and they were still doing that. And that's why he was upset, because he was watching all of these people celebrate with their loved ones.
Yeah, maybe
he doesn't get to be a part of that. But I don't know.
That was
where's
my
the
guess.
security? That's my question,
dude. No security whatsoever.
Anybody could have
a
hopped
little
those fucking
hustle
boards.
from Kip, please.
Yeah,
a little hustle.
I
from
get
Kip.
you're a little nervous, but you gotta speed it up a little bit.
I mean, Kip is taking after his boyfriend though, and not being
Slow
very
as fuck.
fast.
Yeah.
He's slow. He comes down, and this is where I want to talk about the logistics and how it relates to how it's done in the NHL. So in the NHL, when the Stanley Cup is won, everyone does come on the ice eventually. Like all the families do come on the ice, and there's just a sea of people on the ice. It's really cool. But before that, the game ends. The team is presented the cup, as is done in Heated Rivalry, and then the captain skates around with the cup as he did, hands it off to whoever their Carter Vaughn? Is Carter Vaughn that character?
I think so, yeah.
Hands it off to another player, and they take their laps, and they do that. And then eventually the families and some media trickle out onto the ice, and it's a big thing. Here's where it's interesting. This wasn't a wait until the families come on the ice thing. This was I just got the cup. I'll do my lap, hand it off. Where are you, buddy? Mm-hmm. And he brings down Kip very quickly. This fascinated me because if a player did something during that time before the families come out on the ice, it would run like counter to hockey culture, which I know what you're thinking. He kissed a man on the ice. No shit. It's counter to hockey culture. But like, it's such a don't do anything that brings attention to you, make it about the team, whatever. And like that he did it in that moment before the families were on the ice. That was Scott Hunter being like, I don't just have to do this for myself. Like,
oh yeah,
I am fucking opening a goddamn door here.
Like if I'm coming out, like I'm coming out with exclamation points.
And these guys are going to fucking understand. No one's going to be like, oh, the camera wasn't on me when I had the cup. They'd be like, I'm the answer to the coolest trivia question ever.
Well, the families were on the ice though at that point.
Were they?
Yeah,
are you sure?
Yeah, because there was like children on the ice.
Yeah,
That's why
I do remember.
That's what I was just saying. Like that's why I think it was so hard for Skip, is because he was watching everybody else celebrate with their families.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I fucked that up.
To be fair, in your defense though, like it was not true to scale.
Yeah,
because the family was on the ice when they got the cup. Then
and it was not true to scale in that like there was room to breathe on the ice when the family comes down after the Stanley Cup is won. That place is a disaster. They are at capacity. There's so many people out there. So it was a smaller type celebration, but the family was on the ice.
As Leo pointed out, though, another thing was like, that crowd didn't seem to give a shit that they had just won the cup.
It was a lot of like, I'm holding my popcorn. Don't hold your fucking popcorn. You won the cup.
I mean, I do have to say, the play-by-play announcer going, I don't see that every day when he kisses.
Show me the lie.
Well, but
good call.
And also, like, I was thinking about that in the moment, like because like I said, I had it spoiled for me. So as it was building up, I knew it was coming, and I'm like, what would like boggle shoes and say right now, if this was happening during like, because they got us, like you're not just going to ignore the fact that it's happening. Like, like as they say, it's a big moment in hockey. Like, but they definitely weren't prepared for that.
I'm gonna ask Bob and ask what he would say.
Yeah, like it is like it is a big historical moment, and there's no way they would have thought that was coming. So it's like, what do you do there? I don't know. It would have been fascinating to watch.
That scene, though, as it's all building up to it, was, as we've said a million times this episode, just outstanding. And it's always a cut to either a face or a movement as Wolf Parade plays, was just straight chills the whole way, ramping up and up. And even if it's like, so it would be a cut to Ilya watching, or it would be a cut to Shane's mom watching. And for some reason, the one that really gets me is it's just like a kind of nondescript cut to Svetlana getting off the couch. And like, it's just like everyone is doing something and everyone's just moving, and like, it's all building to this bigger and bigger thing. And eventually, like, it's a cut to Shane's dad, and he's like, well, I'll
say, like, I was expecting way more of a problematic reaction from Shane's parents.
Well, let me finish. And then, like, you get the push on Shane because to that point, Ilya is just kind of doing this, like, he can't be doing this.
Yeah, there's no fucking way,
right?
Yeah.
And Shane's got this, like, oh my God, he's doing this, like, fucking kid on Christmas morning. And that, like, earlier in the series, probably Shane is the one that maybe has a little more fear with these things. And there, like, you could see that, like, Shane's dream is so close and, like, it's about to fucking happen. And just the fucking push on him is incredible.
Yeah. Also, again, a hiding in plain sight thing when Shane literally leaps off the couch and runs to the other room and hops on a phone call.
I thought about that.
I'd be
but
like,
gotta
if I was
take
his
this.
parents, I'd be like, who's he talking to?
I thought about that, but like, would not every hockey player be like, holy shit, did you see what Scott Hunter just did? Like, everyone's going to be watching it. So I don't think it's the most outrageous thing that like somebody's calling him up being like, holy fuck, did you see what Scott Hunter just did? I had the same thought about the parents, especially the mom. I was like, I'm not sure what her reaction to this is going to be.
The mom has been like not really problematic, but like unknowingly has made comments and is just like a little bit more intense.
Yeah, I think ultimately she would have a good reaction to it. I just think she's so focused on giving Shane what she thinks he wants that like maybe once she realizes that she was kind of wrong about all that like, especially with like the whole princess conversation they had in the last episode, I think she'd ultimately have a good reaction to it, but I think she'd probably be the most shell-shocked. The dad doesn't seem like he has a fucking clue what's going on at any point.
Ever.
So
like, his dad is Evan Bouchard.
Big fan.
He would say he's gay, and he'd be like, I've known you've been happy. You've always been a happy kid. Like, he has no idea what's going on.
And then, as I said, the editing, amazing. They get on the phone, and it's been blasting this song, I'll Believe in Anything, which is just perfect for the moment. And yes, of course, there's like the Sunshine callback. And the music cuts out just for the exchange of, what the? I'm coming to the cottage. And then music hits, credit hits, just like the best fucking punch of emotion you'll get in your life. So good. And Sean, do you have the watch party? There was a watch party. I'm sure everyone who's watching this has seen it, but it's the best. And here it is.
At a sports bar.
The
best. That place is packed. Jam-packed.
I kind of want to go somewhere for episode 6.
But I feel like I would like...
Yeah, I know. I want to watch it in silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like...
So this is
kind of
great.
like watching a hockey game. It's going to be harder to analyze if I'm watching it in public.
Because, like, I feels like I'm watching it for the first time because you think that this guy says, I love being gay. And you think, like, that's it. And then you get this.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. We got fucking public watch parties, people going nuts. That's incredible.
Oh, my God. Amazing episode of television. And yes, Jacob Tierney, I hope you feel I don't think he gave a fuck that people had thoughts about how people felt about episode 3 or whatever. But like, how you feel about episode 3 now? Yes, that needed those two needed a full ass episode, and it ends up being they walk so theoretically Hollander can run.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this has been what a ride. What a ride.
God. We just need one player to do it, man. Like I want the floodgates to open. Like I want it, like, because I would imagine that if one player does it, you will get other players who feel that they can do it, and like, man, that would be awesome.
And like he said, like we're not making this show to put any pressure on anybody. And he said like it's not an after school special, it's not a TED Talk, but you know, if it makes somebody see something and say, hey, this applies to my life, maybe I could do whatever, then like, how is that not a good thing? And the fact that it happens within the show where gay players see this and they're like, fuck, like, am I going to post about being gay right now? No, but I'll tell you what, I am going to go see my guy this summer. Like, baby steps.
I want to see, like, I need episode 6 to see like the reaction in terms of like the aftermath for Scott and Kip, and like obviously still invested in the Hollander storyline and where that goes. But like, now we're cooking. Like, I want to see what happens and where like this goes in this world.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.